So this is an interesting word, Chagall. Um, it's very romantic word. The idea of two people who just want to be together. I've left it untranslated. I think it's more than the queen. You might go with the ravishing one. Ravished one sounds like the wedding's already happened. So I don't know. I just left it Chagall. Um, the Septuagint goes with the queen. The queen is at your right hand. This is Nifal, is stood, is positioned. I wonder if this isn't the language of Eden, God bringing Eve to Adam, and this is the new Eve being brought to the final new Adam, the one who will guard and keep the temple and who loves his bride so much that um, she will be untemptable by evil. Um, she's dressed, let me shut this door. She's dressed in the gold of Ophir. Um, then with 10, we have instruction for the bride. Hear, O daughter, and see, which, begs the question, is the person speaking to her father? Is it her new father? Hear, O daughter, and see, incline your ear. Forget your people and the house of your father. This, I suppose, is why people assume it's, the Pharaoh's daughter. Incline your ear, forget your people and the house of your father. And then the king will intensely desire, that compound, but here it's even more. It's the Hithpael, the verb desire, your beauty. The king will crave your beauty. I wondered if maybe translation intensely desire your beauty. And then I have a quibble here with the ESV. The way I did it is because he is your Adonai. And notice that this is Adonai-ika. That is the translation surrogate for the Tetragrammaton. Because he's your Lord, or even capital Lord, but that doesn't explain why it's a plural. Adonai as a replacement for the Tetragrammaton is the lengthened plural subformative. Of course, Sarah does call Abraham her Adonai, but I think this is more than that. And then, bow down to him. Well, this is Hishtaphael or metaphysized Hithpael of, Shah Hava or whatever. This is just a standard word for worship, used in the second commandment. Don't worship them. Don't tishta ve lahem. I think don't do that. But this bride is told to treat her husband to worship him as Adonai, okay, you could say that's hyperbolic language of David or Solomon, but wow, that really seems over the top. And we have the writer of Hebrews who says this is not about that wedding. It's about Jesus. Even the daughter of Tyre with a gift, your face, the wealthy ones of the people will come. Some people do daughter of Tyre as people of Tyre. I think it's an individual, and the writer is saying just like in a court, very important people will come. Well, bow down to your Adonai, and the important people of the world, you may be bowing down to him, but the important people in the world are going to come seeking your favor. He is your kurios, proskuneo him, O daughters of Tyre. And I mean, this is another reason to suggest that it's worship, because the Septuagintal writers, lengthen this to be plural. You all will worship, or I guess they will worship. The daughters of Tyre will worship him. But it's wrestling with this difficult text, telling the bride, the future queen, to worship the king as Adonai. All glory is the daughter of the king. So is the person addressing the bride to be a king? Is he calling her his daughter? The accent with ethna would put the inwardly, all glorious is the daughter of the king inwardly. I'm not sure why I put inwardly with temple. I don't know. I may have to work. Clothed. I need to do some more work on that. She is clothed with gold. Gold. Oh, that must be that filigree. It is a temple-like word. Oh yeah. This exact phrase is used of the gold of the tabernacle, and that happens 9 times. I think some do inside her chamber. Maybe I'm influenced by the Septuagint here. All her glory, all glory of the daughter herself of the king from the inside. Well, they're taking that with, I don't know. Let's keep looking. In something of gold, she is wrapped around, and that's the word variegated, having been clothed in many colors. For splendidly royal robes, she is caused to come to the king. Again, I wrestled with this idea of harem language. This is really weird to me. I didn't get it at first, but virgins after her, her friends, are brought to you, and the you there looks feminine, but whenever you appears last, it's influenced by this accent, so that is the masculine form. Her dearest friends are brought to you. I wondered about the harem language, but I think that idea, rather, is this is the bridal party, and what the king is doing is taking this girl, and her friends are going to not leave her in the palace of the king. They're actually going to come and serve in the king's court too. The Septuagint virgins after her nearest ones they will be carried to you, the king. They will be let in with joy. That's that hopeful again, I think. Extreme gladness will they come into the courts of a king. Their situation in life is transitioning, because now, wherever they were before, now they're part of the palace retinue, whatever the word there is. And then this is like, I don't know what to do with this, but instead of your fathers will be your sons. And so notice it switched to the man again. And so that's why I put, O king, there. You will set them as princes in all the earth. Let me make your name be remembered in every generation and generation. That seems way over the top if this is talking about an earthly ruler. Therefore, peoples will praise you. That seems way over the top, and this is one of David's prayers. You know, the text says God resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. No way this is about David. Therefore, peoples will praise you forever and ever, forever, even into eternity, to show two different words there. John Gill, one of my heroes in interpretation, he takes this exclusively as well of the Messiah, for largely the same reasons I have. Let's see, who did this note? John Gill. He kind of walks through the Adonai, and I don't know if it's his. No, he does the same thing that the Adonai said to Adonai, those connections, and like Jesus, who connects all of it with Daniel 7:13. I had difficulty with this, and I found Gill helpful. I had difficulty with that. I found Gill helpful. Difficulty with the virgins, Gill again was helpful. Instead of thy fathers, and he, I think, did earthly forefathers. So the idea is you're not going to be boasting about David anymore. Your sons are going to do magnificent things, is kind of the idea. When I was reading the armor of the Christian in my readings in Ephesians this week, I wondered about this phrase, take the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And I found it very helpful. Perone has a great note on the Menai, and I was doing the idea, wondering about the king's harem. I think Calvin actually takes it that way, that it's polygamy, but I found Calvin is very slow to see any kind of Christocentric, and for all his brilliance in systematic theology, I think he's arguing against apostolic exegesis. I think he's so afraid that, allegorical interpretation, but you shouldn't let your fears dictate how you interpret. You should interpret it exactly the way they interpret in the New Testament. And I feel that's what I've done here. Perone, I found him helpful on the Psalms a lot. Horsley, I found helpful. So that's what I have. I think in my sermon, I'll talk about why I think this is about Christ. I think I'll talk about the glories we Christians are headed to in this city, glorious city with quadrillions of people. If same as the stars in heaven, then it must be God's intent to save many. We should be about that business. I'll talk about Christ as the conquering king. And, in our day, so many people want Christ to be, a friend, community organizer. And the truth is, he's the sovereign Lord of the universe, and we come as his douloi, and we're welcomed in, but he's the ruler, and it isn't a democracy, it's a monarchy, it's a benign dictatorship, because he has the wisdom and he has the power, and his word is law, and the people in New Jerusalem love him so much that they can't sin anymore. They've been so won over, so that if the Eve event happened all over again, she will listen, we will listen, because we know that he is right. So I'm still working on this. I will probably let the hearers of this know where the sermon's going. They might want to read through Song of Songs and notice some of the connections. In many ways, this is a mini Song of Songs. Read through the end of Revelation, where you have this cosmic wedding. I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but the Bible starts with a cosmic wedding, ends with a cosmic wedding. And we have this king who has conquered all his enemies and all those who claim to be his and are not. He's conquered all of them, and he's welcomed in for this marriage supper of the Lamb. So that's what I have today. I hope this video finds you well, and look forward to talking to you again next time. Thanks.